Okay, now we can get started. Hi everyone, happy Tuesday. I hope your Tuesday is going super, super well. I'm really excited to drink this beer today. Deschutes Squeezy Rider West Coast IPA. I just took a sip. It's really, really yummy. I'm in dire need of a beer. I threw my back out. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So, last week we went through how to play Wally World on Unshuffled. And what I've done is I've actually created a second follow-up video that's a little slower because in the live stream, sometimes I make mistakes and sometimes I go a little fast and some of these games are a little confusing. So just check out our YouTube page and subscribe. We've got tons of different videos and games, Wally World. I've got Double Omaha in there already. That's the game I'm going to be going through today. At the very end, I'm also going to go through a sneak peek for what our future release is. I went through it a little bit yesterday, but today I'm actually going to do a little bit of gameplay with some of those features. So super exciting. With that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and walk through how to play Double Omaha. And I'll be looking at my screen. So you know what? Actually, let's do a little switcheroo here, so that little infinite loop there real quick. 1 second. All right, now we're going to share my screen. There we go. Cool. Now I'm actually looking at the camera. Okay, so Double Omaha is like Wally World, another variation of Omaha. For those of you who get sick of playing the same Omaha variation all the time, it is a manual game, just like Wally World is. So we're going to have to do the dealing, take bets, and select the winners. But we can do most of that stuff in the template. So what I've done is I've created a separate template for Double Omaha that we're going to use for this hand. If you want to learn how to make those templates, we have tons of help videos in our help center that can walk you through it. But the difference between Double Omaha and two-row Omaha is that in Double Omaha, the cards are dealt face down because we're going to be flipping them over in a specific order that's important for gameplay. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and start the hand. We'll select our, let's see, where is it? Oh, it doesn't look like it's saved. Well, that's okay. We'll just use the open play template and do it ourselves. So Double Omaha is a four card game. So each player gets 4 cards, just like in regular Omaha. And then great cards. And it's a high-low game. And there are 2 rows of cards that are dealt face down. So we'll go ahead and deal those rows of cards. So this is what we would do in the auto template. But since it seemed like I forgot to create it, we're just going to do it manually. So the object of Double Omaha is to create the best 5-card hand, high or low, 8 or better, using 2 cards from your hand. You must use 2 cards from your hand. And then either 3 cards from the top row or 3 cards from the bottom row. Now, there is a caveat, which is that if you want, you can use 3 cards from your hand and 2 cards from any column, but they must be from the same column. So that's where the flipping of the cards becomes important, and you'll see that as we go through the betting rounds. So we'll go ahead and start a betting round here, and I'm just going to quickly call these blinds with these other players. So give me 1 second. And then what we're going to do is flip over the first community cards. All right. So first round of betting is over. And what we do is we flip over these these top 2 left cards and these bottom 2 right cards. Okay, so it's looking like if there's going to be a low, it's going to be from the top row. My cards don't really facilitate a low, so I'm probably going to be going for the high, maybe a straight or a pair of tens. But some of the other players may have a low. I know at least one of them does. And after this, we'll do another round of betting. What's interesting here is we don't know what this whole row is going to be, so we can't necessarily decide that we want to play off this row. Same as this row, and we don't know any of the columns yet. So that's why, people like to stay in. There's a lot of action in this game. So I will do another round of betting. I'm going to have a couple of guys fold here. So let's fold with this guy. Let's bet 10. This player can fold, and we're going to call. Okay, so we have 2 players left. Next, we flip over the furthest right 2 cards and the bottom left 2 cards. So some interesting stuff going here. Not exactly what I wanted to see for my personal hand. The top row is looking like there's a low. Also, if a player had a bunch of low cards in their hand, they could play low off of this row or this column or this column. So obviously some options here. There's only 2 players left, so I'm going to go ahead and take bets one more time. We're going to, let's bet with this player. We'll bet 20, and we're just going to call. And now we're going to flip over the last card. So what's cool about the order of dealing these cards is that we don't actually know what any of the rows total value is going to be for each player until the last hand is finished. Adds some fun to the game. So I just, picked up a king there. That's obviously helpful. I don't think I have a straight, so probably going to just play off of that top row for a pair of kings, or I guess 2 pair with 7s and queens. Now, oh, sorry. Yeah, 7s and queens. Now, the other player, if I take a look, normally we would do one more round of betting. We're just going to show our cards because there's no sense in doing another round of betting for the sake of this demonstration. And what we can see is the other player has enough for the low hand, so probably going to go with that here. And to win the low hand, that player is going to take on the top row. So they have 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. So that makes the low. And then this player has, like I said, we're going to let the cards speak. So queens and 4s. So we're going to have a split pot. So for the sake of this hand, we will go ahead, end hand, select winners. Both players won. One won the low, one won the high. We'll go ahead and distribute the pot. And we'll see we have a perfect 50-50 allocation of chips. Again, if there's an extra chip, maybe it's an odd pot, we like to give that extra chip to the player closest to the left of the dealer because they're at a slight disadvantage. And we'll go ahead and pay out and end the hand. And that is Double Omaha. I want to give a shout out to one of our users, Alan, who recommended that we show this game. It's a super fun variation. I played it myself since speaking with him and had a ton of fun. I really like the columns variation. I've played with just the rows, but the columns I think adds an extra level of complexity and another sort of like gotcha to those who think they have the best hand, but really there's that extra 2 cards. It really makes for 5 more potential variations of a hand for each player. So that makes it a lot more fun, and there's a lot of action that can be played in that game. Lots of Omaha variations. We've done them twice now on this. So that is Double Omaha. I want to quickly run through some of the new stuff that we're bringing on to Unshuffled because I'm really, really excited about it, and I want you all to see it. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly show you all what I'm talking about. All right, so I have quickly shown everyone what this looks like in a previous video. Let me just get my other guy set up here so I can do this demonstration. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and start a new room. And in this room, I am going to set pot limit style since that is something that is new. I'll go ahead and do antes just for the sake of this demonstration. And I'm going to turn our turn timer on to 30 seconds. We'll do dealer's choice. We'll go ahead and click play now. We're going to join the room. This is not yet available on Unshuffled, but will be likely a week from today. Really excited about that. And in our next live stream, I will announce. So we'll do it next Tuesday as well. Quickly get these players in. So these features have come highly requested from our users. In particular, the ability to create a turn timer, which makes total sense, especially in online play. Pace and speed are synonymous with playing poker online. So I quickly mute myself so we don't have this really crazy echo. There we go. Okay, so the way that we've implemented our turn timer is you'll see a circle over the player whose turn it is. So I'll go ahead and start the hand. Let's just do Texas Hold'em. We're all familiar with that game. And I'm going to load it. The first thing that you will notice once the hand loads is the cards are dealt. And there we go. We've got our little turn timer in. And as that goes down, the player will have the opportunity to bet. It will change from green to yellow to red. And when it expires, that player will either check or fold depending on what the action is to them. So in this case, we'll have them check. The next player will go ahead and bet. And if you remember correctly, I added a pot limit feature to this room. So when I go to bet, you'll see we remove the all-in option. And in this case, the max bet is 30 chips since no one has bet yet in this hand and we're doing antes. And I'll go ahead and make that bet. And you'll see I get my turn timer, I can call, I can do my own max bet, and max bet calculations are a little complicated. We handle it all for you, so you don't have to worry. So you can do half the pot, you can do a max bet. We don't restrict how much you can raise. We'll let you all govern your own games and rules based on the room. Go ahead and bet, and the hand will deal because it is an auto, or should deal because it's an auto template. Oh, actually, no, well, we just checked, I forgot. So let me go ahead and go back to this player and call. There's still a couple things we're working on with this, so we'll be getting that fixed here soon. And like I said, it will be ready for you in the next release. Oh, actually, I just forgot that I raised. Whoops. There you go. So turn timer, pot matching, or sorry, pot limit, room styles, which is going to be super, super cool. And then one last thing is up here in the settings, we're adding the ability to see the active template. So piece of feedback we got from a lot of our users, we select the game template and then we don't remember which one it is, especially if I'm not the dealer. How do I know what game template's being played? You can go to your room settings and take a peek at that. You can always, as the dealer, update whether or not you're doing pot limit or none, change the ante value, add the intervals, or even turn your turn timer off. All these changes will update for the next hand. So when I click update for next hand, you'll get that notification that it will update in the next hand. That's all I have for today's live stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. Really excited for us to continue doing these, continue to get better at them. If you have any games that you want us to go through, please submit a ticket on the website. And we will get back to you and we'll set up some time to go through it and we'll get it into one of these live streams and we'll give you some credit like we did for Alan. Yep, that is all I have for today. I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday and good luck with your poker. All right, bye everyone.